what I can tell.
Stop there. Where do you think you're going?
Gars takes a step forward. She looks you up and down with a sneer.
This area is under the control of the Torn Bannerman. Anyone else wanders in, they're not leaving again.
Oh, what's going on here?
For starters, I've got orders to put a sword through your gut if you don't turn around and run back home.
You do realise you're speaking to the Lord of Cadenwar? That's going to end badly, isn't it?
Wait, Cadnua. You mean you're the one everyone's talking about? Saving orphans, fighting off bandits, all that?
Guards grins, but there's a hint of nervousness in her features. The dozens, as one of the dozens, you can find us just about everywhere. Positive, yeah, why not?
Look, hang on a second. Let's not get too...
Enough! The commander said no exceptions. I'm not ending up on a pike because this dog has you pissing your trousers.
Ooh.
Sorry, my lord. I'm sure the commander will take good care of Cadnua
Oh,
for
come
you.
on, man. Alright. I see everything, champion. A note. Unsigned letter. Commander Baelorin. Proceed to Cragholdt with utmost haste. Concelhaut will not willingly part with the within phylactery, but you must secure it by any means necessary. Be warned that all previous attempts at acquiring the artifact have met with abject failure. We know very little about the phylactery, save that it's nearly indestructible. With that in mind, I would recommend using your considerable forces to lay siege to Cragholdt. Once Concelhaut is dead, you may retrieve the phylactery from what remains of his tower. Delivery of the artifact is your primary charge, but definitive proof of Concelhaut's demise shall entitle you to a substantial bonus. Spare no expense in fulfilling this task, but note that any outside influencers will constitute a breach of this agreement. I have spent considerable resources to ensure that any local authorities will look the other way, and any overly cautious parties should be dealt with accordingly. I do hear that. I do hear this, right? Everybody was in a good position, and then somehow it just deforms everybody in the wrong position. How about we do this right?
Hold! He's got this far. I ought to have a look at him at least.
So the man before you has the bearing of authority, and his casual command has the guards immediately lowering down their weapons. Even so, they continue to watch you warily.
Commander Baelorin, leader of the Torn Bannerman. You've been a right pain in the balls, whoever you are. What do I call you?
Well, I'm Commander. My name is Tom. Yes.
Huh. Leagues from the city, and here's a civil tongue. Good man. I've lost a lot of fucking men out there.
Yes, you did.
Concelhaut's one thing, but why are you here cutting down my soldiers?
Well, look, I tried to be nice, but, you know...
I figure I can guess, but please, let's hear it from the man himself.
Your mercenaries attacked me without cause. I mean to find them within the phylactery.
Well, fuck me sideways. Didn't think there were too many people outside this camp that knew just what we're after. But the artifact is ours. Whoever set their tongue to wagging about it, they did you a great wrong. Nobody comes into our camp and lives. Think that's about the end of it. You ready? I'll make it quick for you.
Yeah, I have some questions before we begin.
Suppose there's no harm in that.
Sure.
I don't promise I'll answer.
Alright, so I take it I just got to kill them. Okay. So what do you know about the artifact?
Only that the phylactery's worth a fucking fortune. More than just your usual piece of Engwithan history, I mean. No idea what it does. Don't much care. Our employer wants it found, and delivering it's gonna see us paid enough coin to buy one of the republics. After tactical advice, was going well enough at first. But the moment we cracked open the outer wall, Concelhaut's pets started clawing their way out of the ruins. Caught the first wave off guard, and carved them to gobbets. We've pressed them back to the keep for the time being, but it's delayed our victory.
Delayed our victory!
Once the reinforcements arrive, we will storm the keep in force. It's just a matter of time. Could prop your corpse up somewhere after. You could scare off the looters.
What were the creatures?
Dead men, walking and fighting like the living. They've armor thick enough to foul our arrows, and they can conjure spells to burn a man alive.
Burn a man alive. He looks out toward the nearby hill.
At night, you can see them on the bluff, like a line of torches, their eyes burning. They don't come down into our camp. They wait up there for us to come to them.
What of Concelhaut? Does he live?
Good question. No one's got a clear sense of that. We haven't seen him on the field of battle. The old fuck may have gotten himself eaten by the dead men. He could be controlling them. Or the first volley of stones left him crushed under his own keep. Won't know until we get in there and see for ourselves.
We don't have to be enemies. I could help you.
You slaughter my fucking men and then come begging after work? They'd have my guts for bowstrings if I took you on. And I deserve it. You came ready to kill. Don't lose your nerve now.
Did you work for it?
Someone without much love for Concelhaut, huh? Let's just say they have a lot of coin to throw around. And high standards. Thing is, discretion's included in the service. You'll just have to make do with me.
Okay, guess I'm ready.
I'll give Concelhaut your regards.
We got fucking pyromancer. We're going to be the worst.
Right.
I didn't understand that. I just lost all aggro, and I just don't understand why we lose the aggro. Yeah, I didn't get that one. That was so fucking annoying. That. I'm glad it's done, but holy shit. The ramp up and the difficulty just went ape shit in that one. But it's done.
Your will, Watcher.
I don't know where you're going, lass. I really don't
Your
know.
thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Please.
I'll take a look.
These things. Because I surely, really should. We're going to die anyway. Did it! Fucking hell, man. A man totters towards you as if drunk. He stops a few feet in front of you and looks at you, looks a point over your shoulder with wide glazed eyes. Tanoss must speak with you, dwarf. Come. A Withrak turns to you, clicking its mandibles and long, clawed fingers together. The creature floats above the ground and sways. Just as it looks like it's going to leap on you, you hear a voice in your head. The dwarf beast comes, yes, most pleased is Tanoss. The Withrak pauses, looking you up and down with beady eyes. No apprentice, no dwarf beast, it's something else. It leans closer, membranes around its jaws pulse and tremble. It seems to be smelling you. No camp spell, not like a warrior hive above, no. The fifth track's thoughts are a whisper in your mind. It needs its mouth parched together thoughtfully. If not apprentice and not warrior drone, then maybe dwarf beast is ally, yes? You think we can help each other? With Key, with apprentice rivals, the Thickrack chirps in excitement. Tanoss works hard for master, but a lot of apprentices, nasty beasts, want to be master's favourite, want to kill Tanoss. Tanoss chitters pitifully. What do you want to do for me? Tell me about this Key. Key is words, is knowledge. One claw traces a spiraling pattern across the creature's rigid skull. Master give key part to each apprentice, save cleverest. Strongest apprentice take all key parts. Tanoss accentuates the thoughts by squeezing a tight fist. But dwarf beasts take key parts from other apprentice rivals, yes? Then Tanoss give final key part. The fiver scutters closer, clattering and interlacing its fingers. Tanoss is cleverest apprentice, no. For all dwarf beast saves master. Then Tanoss sees master become new favourites. Okay, so what do you want from me? Kill apprentice rifles, of course. Thanos draws his spiraled claws into fists. Thanos knows, dwarf beast come to see a master. But master has door, and door wants key. Thanos spreads his mandibles wide to show you a round toothed orifice. I'll keep that in mind. Let's talk about something else. Wait, how do you know why I'm here? Master great. Master is greatest of wizards. What else would dwarf beast seek? What are you doing here? Making spell. Spell to please master. See? The Thickrack extends one slender arm toward a nearby thrall. As the Thickrack musters unintelligible syllables, the thrall turns to you and bows. Okay, much work to be done, yes, but control spell will please master greatly. And who are all these people with you? Servants and guards. Right, so she seems to want me to kill everybody else.
Watch it! Distract me again and you're like to lose an eye.
Even as she speaks, the Anwar looks not at you, but at a row of weapons laid out on the table. Aren't you concerned about the siege outside? No, well, no, we dealt with that, didn't we?
Concelhaut hasn't even bothered to come out of his study since the attack started, so why should I worry? Need something? I'm still busy here.
He places a dagger on a scale and scrawls a note on the parchment beside her. I'm surprised I'm allowed to wander so freely.
If Concelhaut didn't want you here, you'd have known it the moment you came down those stairs. And then you'd be dead. If you were lucky.
And what are you doing?
Cataloging weights, centers of gravity. Controlling a 3.5-foot blade in the air is harder than it looks.
She balances the sword between her index fingers and jots a note.
He's not someone you want to cross. Or disappoint. You know, I really should get back to work.
Really should get back to work. Who else is in Cragholdt?
Aside from me, there are 3 other apprentices working on their own projects. I don't know anything about Sabel or Pelden, but stay away from Tanoss, the Vithrak. There's something about him I don't trust.
Okay, I'm here about your key.
That filthy spider put you up to this? He's using you, you know. Thinks he can control you like one of his mindless puppets.
Her eyes dart from the weapons on her work table to you.
Tell you what, you help me instead, and I'll give you whatever he's offered, plus a little extra. Deal? Good. Come back when you've got the other pieces of the key.
Okay. Depends if I grab it.
Huh?
The laboratory reeks of rotting flesh, but the elf doesn't seem to notice. He's busy writing notes into a small book, and he doesn't even look up as you approach. But he frowns when your shadow falls across the page.
Stand back, ghoul. I'll summon you when I have need of you.
Okay. He points at a dim corner of the laboratory. Excuse me. He finally looks up at you, startled and irritated.
Effigy's eyes. Who are you?
He shakes his head and waves a hand, nearly grazing you with his pen.
I don't have time for this. Get out of here and leave me to my work, all right?
No. What are you doing here?
I'm researching a complex problem for one of the greatest wizards ever to have lived. And I certainly haven't the time to explain it to you. Go.
He dismisses you with a flick of his wrist. His nose is still buried in the book. Can you tell me anything about Concelhaut? He glances up long enough to shoot you a suspicious glare.
If you've never studied his repertoire of spellwork, never read of his accomplishments in Maestra Albena's histories of modern magic, and somehow missed the small army he's held back outside, then no, I don't know what to tell you. Except that he's a powerful wizard with little patience.
He licks his thumbs and turns a page. What do you know about Cragholdt?
Why must you bother me with such inane questions? Go interrupt one of the other apprentices. Their time is much less valuable than mine.
He looks at you, his cheeks flushed and his eyes wide and wounded.
Has my progress been too slow? Did Concelhaut send you to... No matter.
Taps his book shut and raises his hand, an incantation already on his lips.
Lava. Lava will be on seek.
Else. The dwarf whirls to face you. His face and throat are twisted with fresh scar tissue. Her remaining eye narrows as you assess you. Out! Her voice is little more than a croak as she points to the door. Thanos made me a... Okay. They're looking on. She hisses and gestures angrily at the door. Just have a few questions. I really want to see what happens at 3. She holds up her right hand, 3 fingers extended. As you watch, she lowers one. Then another. I really want to see what happens at 3. The woman snarls and reaches for her grimoire. Oh, great. Just what I didn't want. Why are you guys so fucking far away?
Huh?
That's it again, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, folks. What?
They shall see nothing while I see much.
I'll have it in no time.
Holy shit. Okay, so that's
Ready,
big ass
Watcher.
door there. Folks, big door, big door. Okay. Strange notes with the other apprentices. Just kill them. I'm taking your piece of key now. Oh, treacherous beast. Yes, I am. Oh, will you stop it, game? Easy that one.
Need something?
I think part
I'm
of the
still
key
busy
to
here.
Concelhaut's chambers.
That's a good start. Let me know when you found the rest, and I'll give you my piece.
I got the parts of the key from the other apprentices.
Good. Take this too. Now, just so we're clear, I don't know your business with him, and I don't want to either. So if you get into trouble, don't expect me at your side. Far as I'm concerned, our business is happily concluded.
Gives you a smart nod and returns to her work. Technically, I could kill her.
Like I said, leave me out of your business with Concelhaut.
Technically, I could kill her. Whoops. Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
Yes?
If I die here,
Good.
oh, I'm gonna be annoyed. Oh, shit. Did it. Everybody died, but we did it. Holy shit. You see no keyhole at the door, yet a voice booms from the other side, almost if its speaker were standing right in front of you.
Your master awaits a worthy pupil. Let the apprentice who has perfected a spell and gathered the lessons of his fellows speak his purpose.
I'm ready to see Concelhaut.
First, you shall prove your merit. A wizard must protect himself from the arcane and the mundane, from spellcaster and soldier alike. Of the many defenses available to the wizard, which comes first?
It's a warded mind, isn't it?
Huh?
An immaculate figure lurches over a stack of books. As you enter the room, it rises and you feel as though you can see each rib and vertebrae shift into place beneath a pale film of flesh. It turns twisted, weighted skin and tendons around the bones. Two eyes burn from its angular, sunken face.
Yes, you have the look of one who's lived by the sword. Yet you're a far cry from the hapless brutes camped above us.
And it brutes you say.
What brings you to my study?
Here are you. He raises a hand and turns it in the air before himself. The flesh is so thin that you can see the bones moving beneath it.
What did you expect to find? An old man hiding from his attackers? Or a young man taking the battle to them? Weak or strong, the flesh expires. To survive, one must transcend it.
His eyes dim as he watches you waiting. You're a lich. He nods, the bones of his neck creak.
And beyond the grip of a common death. For I have already embraced an uncommon one.
When I heard about the torn bannerman, I thought you might need help.
I can deal with whatever pathetic mercenary band my rivals have sent after my phylactery.
He runs a bony finger along his cheek, his eyes dim thoughtfully.
But yes, you can help. Spells are fueled by ambient essence in the ether.
Ether.
A miserly trickle of energy that leaks from the wheel.
He traces arcane shapes in the air around him.
Because the medium is so poor, a wizard must normally focus his efforts on the runes and incantations that channel it.
He tenses his narrow fingers.
But imagine what could be done with a more powerful source of essence. A watcher's soul, for instance.
His eyes flash, a rectus grin, twists his lips. Tell me about the phylactery.
Would you think to steal it from under my nose?
Not much.
As if it were so easy. A phylactery isn't some bauble I wear around my neck or hide in a chest. It's a complex layer of spellwork, carved into my skull with runes, and sealed with a peg of Audra.
Harsh flesh stretched across his cheeks, twitches at the memory.
It is the reason I'm here, surviving.
So who are your rivals?
In my eyes or theirs? You've surely heard of the great archmages of Eora. Nina Gauth, Minoletta, Sitzel, and Kolakoth. Arkemir and Lengroth, too.
Nope.
We've all shaped the study and practice of magic. Just not always to our mutual taste.
Do you know who hired the torn batterman?
One of the other archmages, no doubt.
He flicks his bony wrist.
My wager's on Arkemir or Lengroth, always hiding behind glamours and diversions. But it could have been any of my rivals.
What kind of magic requires the power of a watcher's soul?
The most demanding and visionary kind. The kind that wizards have argued over for centuries. Names like Cadabald the Red and Mora of the Seven Hills. Even you must know of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The power to warp and wind time. Like a skein of wool wrapped about your finger. To strangle its flow to a mere trickle. Perhaps to reverse it altogether.
The pits of his eyes burn, fever bright. I don't think I could do anything but attack you. I don't need to hear him more.
Where are you going?
I thought so.
I'm just getting started with you.
I've been told. Go away.
That's not very helpful.
Well, I don't care if I die here, as long as you're dead.
Lava.
Lava root.
Did absolutely nothing.
Lava root.
Oh, my word.
Thoughts were dull.
Well, revivals, we need a lot of revivals. That was fucking difficult.
I could go for some shut-eye.
Oh, mate, you can do better than that, pal. Holy shit, man. That was terrible.